Welcome back to the Scrapyard, friends.
It's the then versus now challenge!
Semifinals.
If you're joining us for the first time, then you're in for a treat, but you have a whole tournament you need to catch up on after this. So please be sure to check out our Then vs. Now Challenge playlist.
Today's semifinal race is between the two fan favorites. Team Then's 1971 Battleship Ford Maverick versus Team Now's 2017 Nissan GTR R35.
And if you don't know why they're fan favorites, then like I said before, you have a lot of catching up to do.
Correct, but for now let's get to the starting gate and get this race underway. Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
The Scrapyard safety officials have cleared up the debris from race 1 and we are set to go. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
For Heat 1, we have the Maverick in Lane 1 and the GTR in Lane 2. 3, 2, 1, go!
GTR blocks!
Maverick counterblocks. GTR flips. The battleship is unsinkable. Godzilla goes down.
Okay, we get it, Mr. Impartial Judge. Let's just see the replay.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Okay, I really don't understand who is the head of Team Now's pit crew and why, oh why, they keep going with this odd rear tire alignment. It's the same exact setup the GT500 had in race 1. Watch it if you haven't seen it. What was this supposed to do? What did they think this would accomplish?
I'll tell you what it did accomplish. Both members of Team Now flipped over at the same exact location while actually helping their opponents from Team Then straighten out and win.
Well, luckily Godzilla stopped right in the center of Clunker Canyon, because had any of those cars fallen on him, this race might have already been over. But hopefully, like that other Godzilla, this one will return to prove that he's the king of all monsters.
But just look at the Maverick with only 145 horsepower, over 5 times less than the GTR 762. He proves sometimes it's not about power, it's about stamina and guts.
Yeah, helped by the fact that that car is practically a solid chunk of steel compared to the carbon fiber goodness that is the Nissan. I mean, even though he was all alone, he still couldn't stop without the help of the safety trees after the finish line. An actual battleship stops faster than this battleship.
Why are you even looking at me that way? You're the one that came up with the name.
Yup, because it's heavy and slow, not because it's unbeatable.
Well, Scrapyard Diecast Racing. The Battleship Maverick certainly seems unbeatable at this point, putting the first win on the scorecard of this last semifinal race.
This is it, fans. Get ready to watch Godzilla rise up and tear down the track like a nuclear beam.
Forgive him, fans. He was supposed to tell you that the mandatory lane change now sees the GTR in Lane 1, followed by the Maverick in Lane 2. 3, 2, 1, go!
GTR miles ahead!
Maverick blocks!
But it loses it at the bottleneck!
Massive roof slide!
GTR nuclear beam across the line! Yes, baby!
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
This right here is the GTR precision driver from the earlier rounds. I guess he fired the pit crew chief and put on his own tires, because he's back and reminding everyone why I predicted him to win it all and go down as the best driver in Scrapyard history. Just look how hard he pulls off the line.
But valiantly, the Maverick seized the opportunity to block, but he just doesn't have the horsepower to catch up to the GTR.
And by the time he does catch up, it's at the transition of the bottleneck. And that's tricky when you hit it just right. But the Maverick hit it all types of wrong.
And he proved once and for all the only person who could capsize the battleship is the battleship himself.
But I'll give it to the Maverick. He does manage to get the GTR sideways. I mean, look at that. He's perpendicular in Clunker Canyon, and he manages to power drift clean through, straighten out, and punch it so fast the camera drone can't even keep up with him. And this right here is why I say he's the best driver around, because even though he was power drifting down the length of the straight, as soon as he gets to the line, he's as straight as an arrow. This guy wants to make every finish a photo finish. He's just the best.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing. And with that photo finish, Godzilla has managed to tie things up. Let's see if the battleship can plug up any leaks and sail his way to victory in Heat 3.
Okay, we get it, Skipper. Enough with the boat references. This is the Scrapyard, not the shipyard.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
It lives, Master. It lives.
Yes. Yes. The Torque Monster lives. On this beautiful apparel designed by Ribuero. And now you could be the first villager to capture it for your very own by pillaging all these fine items by clicking on the link below. Every purchase you make helps this scrapyard keep racing and helps me creating more creations like this.
Finally, the final heat of the final semifinal race to decide who goes to the finals.
Just look at the way you're smiling. You've probably waited the whole tournament to say that. Never mind him, fans. For the last time, it's the Maverick back in lane 1 and the Nissan in lane 2.
2, 1, go!
They're even.
Maverick tries to block.
But he misses big time!
Another roof slide!
Godzilla wins! Whoa! Did you see what he just did? Let's get to that replay.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
You can see how the GTR rockets off the line.
But the Maverick goes for a high-risk pit maneuver at the opening of the bottleneck.
Yeah, but he misses hard. He goes into a full 360, then ping-pongs his way down that tight hallway that is the bottleneck. But by the time he tries to level off, he hits the transition wrong again. And then it's just a repeat of Heat 2.
Every car that faced the Maverick couldn't even get him to budge. And now he's just flipped himself twice in a row. And it just cost him the competition.
As far as I'm concerned, there never was any competition. I mean, just look at the way the GTR comes across the line. He's still accelerating. He's going so fast that all the safety rocks move and he uproots the last safety tree. Now, can everyone, for once and for all, see why I call him Godzilla? He truly is the Monster King.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Well, with that win, the GTR has won the race. The Maverick has nothing to be ashamed of. He was the most underpowered car in this whole tournament, but he made it this far. Team then should be proud of their battleship.
But the GTR did win, so Team now gets 3 big points, expanding their lead 13 to 9.
And also with that win, the GTR has just secured his place in the finals, where he'll be facing off against Team Then's deceptively agile ballerina, the 1961 Impala SS.
You know where my money is.
It better be in your pocket, because as commentators and employees of the Scrapyard, it is prohibited for us to wager on these events.
Slow down there, Mr. Rulebook. It's just a figure of speech.
And now, this is the point where we sign off from the broadcast booth.
I hope you'll join us again back here at the Scrapyard, but until then, thank you all for watching. If you haven't done so, give us a like, and please subscribe to the Scrapyard so you never miss a race.
And follow us on Instagram and Facebook for even more Scrapyard Diecast racing action. So please join us next time for the next installment of...
It's the Then versus Now Challenge!
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.